Hello, my name is Andy Mack and this is the Winchester News Hour, where we will give you opinions on current events in the United Kingdom. Today, Jack Mansfield, a student at Winchester University, gives his view on student finance.
When I heard about the fact that the prices had increased for the student loans, I wasn't exactly happy, not like many other people, especially students around London at the end of the day, as most people saw because of the riots. But at the same time, because I knew of the way that most students would be paying back their loans after they finish uni, I wasn't really too fussed on how much I'd be paying back, because I honestly believe the way you pay your student loan back after the 3 or 4 years is pretty fair, to be honest, and a lot better than most places like in America, where a lot of students get screwed over thanks to their student loans at the end of the day. Plain and simply, yes, I think we could have avoided this if we weren't in the recession. The whole reason this has really happened and the student loan limits have been raised so high is because we're pretty much in the recession. It's pretty much common sense nowadays that most things that, most of the cuts and the increases and VAT increases and tax increases, anything to do with increases or cuts is down to the recession at the end of the day, and we've been in it for so many years now that it's very hard to see when we're actually going to get out of it. And thanks to that, it's very hard to also see if we're ever going to get any drops in the student loan costs as well. We don't know if it's going to stay like that, about the 9,000 limit, or if it's going to go back down in a few years. There's honestly no way of really telling clearly. Well, if you ask anybody that question, I don't think anybody will say it's fair, because mainly because when the new government was brought in, they pretty much promised that this kind of thing wasn't going to happen, and it was one of the biggest blunders they had during the very start of their time in Parliament. And so everybody was peeved off that they'd pretty much lied to us and done the complete opposite to what they promised. So of course, nobody was going to be happy about it, but like I said, when it comes down to dealing with it and having to actually get the loan and pay for it in the end, I'm not really that worried. It's a shame because some of these people my age who I've met who aren't going this year just because of that reason, don't honestly know the full information as to how they pay the loan back, and just how not much of a bigger deal as it was made by the student riots and all that, really. I never really understood why they happened in the first place, but I think it was more the principle than the fact that the limit had been raised. And so I think it is a big shame that students aren't going this year, because it's just meaning more and more people aren't going to be getting the education they really want if they want to get into these big high-end career states. So in the end, I'm not really that bothered about how I pay back my student loan, because it's not really going to be a big deal, because even though it is £9,000 compared to the 3,000, 4,000 people were paying a few years ago, the way you pay it back, the fact that it gets dropped after you hit a certain age, it doesn't go on your credit limit, so it won't affect any other loans, more personal loans that you want to take out from banks. And it just takes chunks out of your pay slip, and it's not so much that it will affect your monthly lifestyle. So it gets better as well, with the fact that if you get a better career, the more money you're earning and the quicker you pay it back. Not everybody's guaranteed to get a decent job at the end of the day when they get out of uni. It's all down to the person being determined to get into the career they want to, and if it's a good enough career to be paying well.